Thank you, Bu Vivian. Thank you also for Dr. Sweeting. Yeah. So from UK we fly now. Then we landed Indonesia. Yeah. So I would like to explain about the tobacco situation, and then we still say tobacco control. Actually, the Ministry of Health also already launched tobacco free in 2025. But let's see, I don't know. Yeah. Why tobacco is still a problem in Indonesia? Yeah, because tobacco is already from a long time ago, even though the original is from United States, but some European coming to Indonesia, came to Indonesia in the 1600th century, and then they bring the pipe, actually, the pipe, and then why they come to Indonesia? Because Indonesia is famous about the ingredient such as clove, rempah-rempah ya bahasa Inggrisnya. So I'm just looking for the word in English. Why something like at that time is very good and then very expensive. And in the history book, they said that it's more expensive than the gold at that time. Yeah, luxury things. So one of the island that they interested in to go is the Halmahera. Halmahera is the only island at that time that produce or plant the cloves. Then when the European, it is Dutch, coming, and then they come and then they pipe, cigarette pipe, and then the Indonesian, observe them. It's so nice, so enjoy, So they're trying. Take the press from the pipe and then they put the cloves together and then they cover with the from the corn, the seed of the corn. They call klopot. But this is the seed of the corn, and then when they burn it, it sound kretek kretek kretek. So they said that this is the original of the kretek cigarette. The kretek cigarette consists of the tobacco and the cloves. Because this is have the substance of addiction, so it is a good business. So in the 90s, they built the first tobacco industry in Indonesia. Then coming to here, 1840, and then in Sumatra. This is Java Island, where the University Gadjah Mada here. It is very close to the first factory. This is in Kudus, in Jawa Tengah, in Central Java. Now still have one big company till now. So because of this is a good business, in the year 2010, there are more than 10,000 cigarette industries, where the 10 is big, are big. The other is small industries. And then this is the kind of tobacco use that we can find in Indonesia. Cigarette, the conventional cigarette, and then the clove cigarette, and then cigar. Some people, it's not much, but some people using cigar and pipe. In the past, a few years ago, we also found some shisha. And then now it's going to go to the electronic cigarette and the vape. So these are the tobacco use that found in Indonesia. And it's not in UK. We are steady in the prevalence of smoking. This is the proportion of smoking since 2007 to Riskesdas 2018. Riskesdas is basic national health research that is conducted every 2 years. So we see that the men smoker, the blue is men. The men smoker is steady, still in the 60%. So two out of three of men in Indonesia are smokers. The woman, that's interesting, yeah. It is also up and down, yeah. Goes down in 2016, but it is increased again in 2018. So this is a 15 years old and above. Yeah. And then this is the disease that related tobacco related diseases in Indonesia. The number one is hypertension. Now is prominent in all puskesmas, primary health centers from 2013 to 2018. This is risk just 2013 and 2018. It's increasing. Yeah. Stroke also has chronic kidney failure increase, diabetic increase, heart disease steady, yeah. Cancer increase, yeah. TB also steady. Yeah, and then this is the passive smoking feature. 15 years old in Global Adult Tobacco Survey that done in Indonesia 2011 and also Global Youth Tobacco Survey. So more than 50% people and young, yeah, and young population are exposed to the secondhand smoke. Yeah, secondhand smoke is coming from this. Yeah, it has 75% of the toxic, and then the smoker is 100%, of course. Yeah, not 20 on only 25% because no smokers smoke like this. Yeah, they always smoke here, and then yeah, the smoke is surrounding him. Yeah, this is the expenditure. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is still in Bahasa, but it shows in the 2016 that 1 month cigarette expenditure is about 112,500 rupiah. That is 2 times vegetables and 3 times fruits, 2 times eggs and milk, 3 times meat, and 2.5 health insurance membership. Yeah, this is the payment for the membership of insurance. It depends on the class, but the highest is only 80,000 rupiah, and they buy cigarette for 100,000. Yeah. So this is some figure, and then it is worse in the poor population. I didn't have the figure in the recent data. I have, but it's already a long time ago. So this is but government also trying to implement some policy, even though not as massive as UK. And we are the only country in the Asia Pacific that haven't ratified the FCTC, Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. But in 1997, I already found a policy, but issued by the Ministry of Education, not the Ministry of Health. Yeah. The government regulations state that school has to be smoke-free school. Yeah, this is the oldest policy that I found. And then in 2006, the national government regulation on smoke-free area has been issued. That should be followed by the local government from provincial level and then city level, district level. Yeah, in 2012, the president issued a president government regulation on the effect of tobacco on health that consists of smoke-free area, limitation on the tobacco advertisement, promotion, and sponsorship, not ban at all, but the cigarette advertisement on television should be broadcast between 10 o'clock p.m. up to 5 in the morning. Yeah, still there are some cigarette advertising, but in that hours, and then some regulation on the outdoor before the cigarette industry can put the very big advertisement in the middle of the big road, but now cannot. Yeah, they have like put in the side of the road. Yeah, and then cannot as big as they have the requirement. Yeah. And in 2014, we finally have picture with the 5 pictures. And this year, the Ministry of Health changed the picture. Yeah, but the good one is they will withdraw the picture that with persons all will be the disease effect. Yeah, for the new picture. Yeah, before still there are 2. Yeah, maybe you notice. And 2016, because of this and this regulation, more than 200 cities and districts already have local regulation on smoke-free area. Implementation is not yet really implemented well, but at least more than 200 cities and districts already have local regulation. And then 4 cities has been implemented ban of taps, including Kulon Progo, Padang Panjang, Bogor, satunya lagi mana ya? Jakarta ya. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to share with you about the work that I have been done with my friend, and then this is together with the one mining industry in Kalimantan. Yeah, this is happened in 2015 to 2016. That actually I was invited as a technical consultant that they will implement the tobacco free. So this is the background, is as I explained, yeah, the tobacco situation in Indonesia and then the non-communicable disease. This is the reason, and the main reason is because of the 3 employees died within 2 months period due to the smoking related diseases. Yeah, so Kaltim Primaco, yeah, it is one of the largest coal mining operation in Indonesia, and in 2010 started to implement smoke-free zone. This is 2010. And this is a little bit background of Kalimantan Primaco. Exploration started in 1982, and then is located in East Kalimantan. And currently, in that when I was there, 25,000 people employed, and this concession area and the production. And they have already has the survey for the health survey, and smoking behavior in the 2010 is 49%, a little bit decreased after the smoke-free area in 2013, 46. But because the decreasing is so little, so they are trying to do a massive smoke-free area, and then invite with me, and then yeah, I'm discussed with them to do what we call multi-level intervention. And then this is the disease screening that what they found, cardiovascular diseases, diabetic, hypertension, hypercholesterol, and then abnormal body mass index, they found some, yeah. And they actually not only invited me as a tobacco control activist, but also one nutritionist, yeah, to change also the nutrition things in the mining. And then in January 2014, top management increased commitment and launched a more aggressive smoking cessation program with the target that make that they hope that all KPC areas and facilities free from smoking activities by the 1st January 2015. Yeah. So what we already discussed and then several billboards with KPC smoke-free areas and facility messages have been placed along with the gradual trial implementation of smoke-free areas and facilities, including the golf course. And then trial of the 100 smoke-free area and facilities. This is started in September with random checking for carrying cigarettes on entrance gates. Yeah, so the staff will be checked by the security staff. Yeah, they cannot bring the cigarette, they cannot bring the matches. And then a series of health education. That's why I have to come several times to educate the KPC personnel, family and family community living around the mine. Yeah, there are about 800 participants at that time for several health education. So this is the some of the intervention. So we have a meeting with the board of management. Then we also met with the general managers and then goes down And then also health education for superintendent, staff, and employee wife association, and community leaders. Yeah, and then I also train some of the quitter, yeah, to be peer educators. And then they also, the Health, Safety, Environment, and Security Division has downloaded free quit smoking video because there is no money for making video by themselves. But I asked them that a lot of video about smoking cessation or stop smoking in the YouTube or other source. And then several rules and regulations. Yeah, and then also education also goes to the schools. And this is some of the picture. Yeah, this is the opening. This is the CEO. And then myself, when we met the managers, and then also the educators, train the educators. And then this is the big meeting with 242, all the supervisor and also the community come. We also use the testimony. This is the person that had experienced heart attack during his work, and then he said that why we smoke. Yeah. And then there's the education. So a lot of health education being done. And yeah, it's because this is coal mining, yeah, mostly men. Yeah. Yeah. Then I evaluate the implementation. So I try to propose small money from small grant from Faculty of Medicine, and then we did a survey after 1 year after this, the big multi-level intervention has been done. Participant is 406 workers. It's a stratified random sample survey. And then what I a little bit relief is the smoker is only 26.5%. You see that in the 2013 is still 43. So this goes down to the 26.5. And average consumption is less than the national level. The national level is 11 cigarette per day, and this is 8 stick. And these are the knowledge that they attending free announcement and then knowledge of provincial level smoke-free policy. So we ask that do they know about the provincial tobacco-free regulation, and then also do they know that Kalimantan Primakul has already implemented the smoke-free area? Yeah. So I think most of them know, but for the provincial level policy, they only half of them know. And this is the smoking behavior. So smoking inside of the KPC is still found, yeah. So they are clever because of the security already check it, but I don't know how they can smoke still inside. Yeah. And then, but the number of quit smoking is not much, but who are reduced their number of cigarette has 76.6%, and but who are increased is very less. Yeah. And we also doing, we have done the qualitative evaluation. The reduction in smoking occurred because the smoke-free regulation has increased for supporting their trying, yeah, their effort to reduce and then reduce the social acceptability of smoking and then limit the opportunities to smoking. A few smokers failed to quit due to the addiction, but they had willingness to quit. So in the FGD, we also invited the smoker, and smoke-free regulation motivated them to quit. This is the last of the mining. From Kalimantan, I fly to Jogja. Yeah, so I also will share about the developing smoke-free household initiative. Yeah, this is in Jogja that I work with Bu Siwi and then also Pak Jarir and then 2 person from Arizona. In the KPC, I work with the staff from safety in KPC in Kalimantan. So this is the background. I think is almost the same, but we also considering about the extensive research has documented that harm of secondhand smoke. Yeah. and children. Yeah, so this is the one of the reason why we trying the smoke-free home movement. The other thing is the regulation will not goes to the house in this area. So, but we worry that if there are some smoke-free area, they will move from the public places to their house. So this why we do. So the goals of the Smoke-Free Homes initiative is to make tobacco a women's and children health issues, yeah, beyond the smoker. So not only the smoker, but also the woman and the children. And then we also trying to create movement to restrict smoking inside the home as means to reduce the harm, yeah, because of secondhand smoke. And then to demonstrate the power of collective efficacy by mobilizing more community members to change household smoking norms. Yeah, we know that the strength of the Indonesian people is community empowerment. We are very, very anxious to wait the national regulation. It's so slow. So that's why we can move forward with the community mobilizing. Community empowerment, sorry. And then to test the receptiveness of community members to smoke-free home policy. And then we try to prove a concept demonstration that explore how a smoke-free home policy can be implemented in the community basis. And then this is also a relevant step to allow replicability and sustainability for the public health movement. And then this is a pilot, but we hope that it is a following step. But now, actually, because we work together with the provincial health level and also with the city health level, when we already stopped or ended the project, the provincial health office take over. So from when we ended, it's 40 sub-district or kampung or villages that already declare as smoke-free home. And now I heard that it's more than 120 in Yogyakarta. So you know, 160. So it's updating again. Yeah. Because I have one staff here that also very active at that time. And the methods is, we did a survey first, to do need assessment. And then we also did a qualitative study with focus group discussion with women and men to know their acceptance about the initiation of the smoke-free home movement. We participatory development of intervention strategy with them, and then trying to raise the consciousness about the secondhand smoke. And then after receiving community feedback, create a community video that provide information about the harm of secondhand smoke. Yeah. And then we assess the community. This is proof of concept, several concept, assess the community interest to implement. And then conducted the educational program on the harm of hand smoke. And then develop smoke-free home stickers, poster, banners, and informational. Still distribute some of the media to the provincial health office or the district health office in Yogyakarta. Yeah, sometimes our staff still also accompany them to go to the community. Yeah, test the proof concept by implementing, monitoring, conducting process as well as outcome. So, initial survey shows that 90% of women and children were regularly exposed to secondhand smoke at home. And 78% of households had no rules regarding the smoking. Most women disliked their husband smoking in home, but were powerless to do about that. That's the good one, is the last one. A majority of women, more than 90%, and even the men that also smoker, 65%, they support for a community-wide smoke-free home policy. Yeah, so based on the result, we move forward, because they support, even though the men are smoker, they support that their house becomes smoke-free home. Yeah. So after doing the survey and then the preparation, we presentation on harm of secondhand smoke to community leaders. Yeah, in Yogyakarta, the district divided to sub-district, sub-district to the village, and the village divided to the housing. So in the some housing, they have the leader. So we invite the leader and then we try to present the harm of secondhand smoke one by one. And then step 3 is trying to raise the consciousness of the secondhand smoke in larger groups. It's not only in the community leader, but also in the community. Yeah, with the men, with the woman. Yeah. And fortunately, in Yogyakarta, it's very easy because ibu-ibu, the woman in Yogyakarta, like doing gathering. Yeah. They praying together. They collect money. They call what we call arisan. Maybe I will tell you later. Yeah, arisan. It is difficult to explain, but yeah, some mothers has a lot of meetings. So we sometimes do not need to invite them. We just coming when they have a gathering. Yeah, even the bapak-bapak, the fathers, also have gathering at night. So we just coming. Yeah, so we met several of groups. Then we try to ask them, and what do you think if your village become a smoke-free home village? So we asking, and finally community agrees to sign declaration. And the declaration actually is not the same in one village to other village. It's a little bit different, but mostly this. First, no smoking inside the house and during the community meetings. Second, no ashtray provided inside the house and in community meeting. And then sticker and poster about smoke-free home are placed in the home and community. So the community leader will sign this declaration. Yeah, and then this is the statement, this one. Yeah, and then later on a banner that all community signing. Yeah. This is one of the picture that public declaration on smoke-free house initiative where the young also took part in that movement. Yeah, and this is a signature. This is smoke-free household community. Yeah, poster and then banner and then sticker. Yeah, smoke-free homes initiative receive a wide press coverage. We also, publish, governments of 4 communities as best village as model because of their smoke-free activities. And these communities serve as role models and are recognized at regional meeting. Yeah, they sometimes also being invited in the community leader here when the tobacco control conference is being held. This is the result after 2 years implementation. We did also for the 1,000 household, and then this is husband smoke. Before we intervene is 87%, but after the intervention is goes down. Yeah, 37% only now the men smoke inside the house, and the husband agreed to participate. Before is 68%, is already good, but after that is almost 100%, so 98%. And we still observe that the sticker is still there, so this is non-smoking household sticker based on the front door, almost 80%. And then based on the qualitative study, we also found that the social norm seems to be changed, as some smokers note that they are now ashamed, malu, to be seen smoking or even near the home. Yeah. And then men and their wives are proud to talk about quitting after the intervention was introduced. And some of communities went further than declaration, so they cigarette no longer handed out at village meeting, wedding, and funerals. Yeah, before is giving free. Wanted to involve children in tobacco education process. Important success, and the pilot phase for the 4 communities. They were provided a streamlined intervention that this is adapted to the next communities. So at least we should have 3 meetings with community members and leaders. After the meetings, an educational video on the harm of the secondhand smoke is shown to the more wider population. And the second part of the video identifies the step community members need to take to join the social movement. And then we also distribute sticker, poster, banners, and declaration to be signed. Yeah, this is support by Quit Tobacco Indonesia. This is the video when we trying to increase the awareness of smoke, secondhand smoke. And the result of pilot project, 3 educational and consciousness raising meetings are sufficient to prepare the community for smoke-free household declaration, and as well as educational materials on secondhand smoke that developed by Quit Tobacco Indonesia had been well received by the community, now adopted by the provincial health office and then also city health office. And then the cadre, the community health workers have received training on the harm of secondhand smoke. Up to now, we still train them. Yeah. So, but the who held the training is the provincial health level or district health level. But they invite us, QTI, Quit Tobacco Indonesia, to train them. And using the educational video role play, they go to house to educate others and discuss the importance of smoke-free home. And we conclude that this project Quit Tobacco Indonesia has demonstrated that a community-based smoke-free homes initiative is feasible and welcome in Java. We now trying to move this one in Lombok, and it is very difficult, yeah, because ibu-ibu in Lombok, the mothers in Lombok, don't have any gathering meeting, yeah, so it's very difficult, yeah. But we can catch the men in the mosque, yeah, because the Lombok is famous as a 1,000 mosque, yeah, province. Yeah. The effectiveness of communities' home declaration appears to be high enough to sustain a smoke-free norm, and secondhand smoke in the home constitute a major health, and even 60% adherence rate is major. This is major achievement. So you see that the reducing the smoke inside the house. And then the long-term goal is to promote a social movement in the communities, and now the city health office and professional health office took over, and now it's already become 160, and before when we ended is only 40, and then already double 4 times, yeah, now in 2019. The local government has used QTI material for education, and we also train the primary healthcare doctor so they can be a training for support the smoke-free home initiative. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.